Hello, guys. Kim here. Um, so I wanted to share a dream, or these are actually multiple dreams. I'm going to tell you guys about three dreams I had today. And these dreams occurred, I would say, like November or December of 2024, uh, possibly into like January of 2025. Um, But before I start telling the story, I just want to let you guys know that um, I never knew about the rapture. I never even heard of the concept uh, until after I started having these dreams because these dreams were so vivid to me that I had to start looking into it. And I didn't really know what they meant. I had like many dreams throughout my life and stuff, but um, some stuff uh, has came true or whatever, and then some stuff has passed. But these dreams, I didn't understand them because they were so different. And I just want to share with you guys too that I've only been like a born again Christian or like a born again believer for probably like I would say like 2 years or less. So I was never really a Christian. I never really attended church. I never really, you know, um, I guess did the regular like Christian stuff. I always just believed in God and I always tried to seek like the deeper meanings in God and um and tried to like please him in different ways, which you can never really do. But I never I would never I would say I was never a Christian, and it was only until about a couple of years ago that I received the gospel, and somehow, sometimes I wonder if it was just by accident that I was saved, but I just believed. I was filled with the Spirit and I was able to believe, and God did something amazing for me. He removed something in my heart, the stone that was in my heart, and he gave me a new heart that was pure. And from that moment on, all I could do was, um, look for Jesus. I don't know. There was something happened to me that, unless you've gone through it yourself, you can never really explain it to anybody because it's so profoundly deep. So, just to set the stage for you guys, I never knew about the rapture. I had no clue. I've never even heard about it in my life. It wasn't until after I started having these dreams that I was able to put the puzzle pieces together and be like, oh, this is what it means. So, anyways, okay, so the first dream I had, I would say would be like November of like 2024. And the very first thing I was shown in my dream was a big white flash. It was just a white flash. And then the next thing I was shown was words, and then something spoke to me. And then what it said was in the twinkling of an eye. And then I woke up and I was like, okay. But I knew in my dream that this had to do with the Bible. And so I'm like, okay, big white flash. And then in the twinkling of an eye. I've never heard about this before, but I knew it was in the Bible. And what I came, for me, what I came to was this, that Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So, this for me was like, okay. And I started looking into it. And then I kind of got, I got turned on to some videos about this whole rapture thing that I've never even heard about before. And I was like, wait, is that what I'm being shown? And I was like, I was kind of confused because I didn't know what was going on. And then, like a few, maybe weeks later, the next dream I had was all I was shown was like this big black door and the outline of it. And, um, and then I was like the door shut and I could hear a big loud clunk as it was closed. And at first, when I had this dream, when I woke up, I was really scared because I thought, oh, like I thought that God had shut me out of heaven. Like this was it. This is final. Like there's no, I thought I was being shut out. And then, but then I started looking into it. And what I gathered from it is this right here, Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as if it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. And isn't it funny that if you look at the title here, Song of Trust in God's Protection, and I could tell you guys stories about my life and how God has protected me through many, many things, even though I never considered myself like a Christian. I just wanted to discover God's mysteries, or I wanted the truth. I was desperate for the truth in all things. I went as far as to like completely reject this world and everything in it just so that I could discover the truth, because I felt something in my inside of me that something is wrong. Like things are not right. So, anyways, that was my second dream. And then the third dream I had, a few weeks after that was I was being shown this vortex. It didn't quite look like this, but it was like a big white vortex. And I was going inside this vortex. I was being sucked up, but I was like slumped over. Um, I wasn't, going straight up. I was like slumped over. And what I gather from like the whole thing about being slumped over, I think that has to do with like um how the wheat, the humble, like how he bends or whatever. It has to do with like the wheat and the tares, or something about how the wheat like slumps over. It has to do with like humbleness and humility. But anyways, so that was what I was being shown, was like this vortex, and I was being sucked up into it. And keep in mind, I have never heard about this stuff before, so I was like all new to this. And but so um that was my so that would have been like my second, I would say, rapture dream. The door, I don't know if you would say that that's an actual rapture dream, but anyways, um yeah, so that's how I kind of got turned on to this whole rapture thing. And I've ever since I was shown all this stuff, I have been digging so deep to um trying to figure out more stuff. And I keep seeking God's mysteries in all things, but I'm not particularly bright, so um but anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, for the people that don't believe in the rapture, um, I get it. If somebody would have told me about it, maybe 3, 4 years ago, I would have probably just laughed at it. But I had the dreams before I knew about it, so I can't really dispute it. And for me, like my most treasured gifts in this world is like the spiritual gifts that God has given me. I value and treasure those more than anything in this life. Jesus first, but these gifts that I've been given, when I have these dreams and I have my visions and stuff, that's something that it's uh, it's one of the things that I treasure the most in this world. They're so special to me. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, that for anybody that doesn't believe in the rapture, it's a real thing and it's going to happen soon. Get on the ark, get on the boat, and let's go home. So, anyways, that's all for now. See you guys later.